back to my channel. I am back with this week's Teen Mom recap. So we have a new season of Teen Mom Next Chapter airing every Wednesday, so my videos are going to come out either Thursday or Friday. And I guess they're airing 2 episodes at a time, which is more work for me, and I feel like 2 hours is too long for my attention span, but it's all good. Before I get started, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every single week about the new episode of Teen Mom The Next Chapter. I make the episodes a lot shorter, sweeter, and funnier, so if that's something you want to watch, go ahead and subscribe. And anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this week's video. This season starts off with Cheyenne. She says, "Let's jump on a fake-ass video call, guys." I mean, that's basically what she says. "Hey, guys. Oh my god, every time we check in, we say that we should talk more. I wonder if that relates to the fact that we only talk when MTV is forcing us to. Because we have nothing in common besides giving birth as teenagers." And Cheyenne doesn't even have that. "Hey, have you guys heard from Amber? She's taking a break. Yeah. In reality, Amber nearly got fired for having an absolute meltdown.
I'll never pray. I will never pray that prayer. I will never pray that prayer. I will never pray that prayer."
To Ashley on the phone while Ashley just sat there and trolled her and is like, "Yeah, you're mad. It was pretty hilarious. Definitely look that up and check it out. Jade takes a piss fully on film during the video call, couldn't even put the camera down. If she was smart, she would have held up a paper with her OnlyFans link on it, which yes, she does have an OnlyFans. The fake video call ends and we move on to Macy. She calls Ryan. "So, Bentley is wrestling on the high school team. I'll go ahead and send you that schedule." "Oh, okay. Hey, would it be okay if I took Bentley out to dinner on my own?" "Sure." "Yeah, you'll never believe it. Ryan and I have actually been communicating and getting along." Taylor is not happy about it though. He says, "I don't understand. Ryan let you down so much. Why now?" "Well, he's finally reaching out. I can't let the past get in the way of his relationship with Bentley." Taylor says, "I can't say that I'm happy about this." And yeah, I don't blame Taylor. You know, whenever it happened, Taylor definitely sent a picture of Mackenzie's destroyed house to Macy like, "What's this, your changed man?" Next is Briana. "So, a lot has been going on, guys." "A lot's been going on in them cheeks, girl. Look at that cheek filler. Calm down. Over here starting to look like Farrah Abraham." Since Devoin came home from rehab, he's been different. We've gotten to know each other as adults, which we've never done before. "He's coming with me to Indy. I'm going there to hang out with Jade and help her with the wedding. Him and Sean both went to the same rehab, so maybe they can hang out and relate to each other." Briana, of course, tells Roxanne everything, and Roxanne tells her to be careful. Next is Cheyenne. "I'm moving into my dream home, guys." She's giving us a tour of her house, and her dad is just sitting there in the shower alone, clothes on, shower not running or anything. "Dad, what are you doing in there?" "I like the acoustics." Okay. Corey tells Cheyenne that his youngest daughter, Maya, has a major surgery that she needs done on her heart. "How do you feel?" "Ready, I guess," but he sounds very stressed. Then Corey goes to talk with Taylor, who I guess is back. Not like she ever contributed much to the show, but she was fired for a period of time and now she's back, I guess. "Have you noticed that Maya's coloring is different? She looks purple. She struggles to breathe and it's really hard to watch." By the way, it's interesting how Maya has such beautiful red hair. Isn't that a recessive trait? No, it's okay. We won't get into that. "Why are you nervous for her surgery?" I don't know, Corey. Maybe because it's open heart surgery that she needs?" Taylor starts to cry, but Corey reassures her that she will be fine. Nova asks Kate and Tyler, "When am I gonna get my own room?" "After Uncle Sam gets his $800,000 cut, honey." No, just kidding. She actually says, "When you move, you'll get your own room. We bought this house when we only had 1 kid. It's time to move on." "But Mommy, we have memories here." "Yeah, but the government has this address on file and we have some stuff we need to be avoiding." By the way, they're still pushing this stupid Instagram live type thing where the other cast members are leaving comments, and Cheyenne's comment says, "House shopping is so fun." Not when literally Cheyenne's last scene, as well as pretty much the entire last season, was house shopping. So you admit it, Cheyenne. You agree that your scenes are boring as fuck. Tyler says, "We don't belong in a new house. It's not meant for trailer trash." And he jokes about that a lot throughout this episode, that they're trailer trash, and I feel kind of bad. It's like they think that they don't deserve nice things. Leave the trailer trash jokes for me to tell, Tyler. Just be proud of yourself. Briana flies out to help Jade go wedding dress shopping. "Traveling with Devoin is weird," she says. They all go out to dinner. Devoin's mostly talking to Sean, and Jade is still ratchet. She says, "My pussy's so good, I got 3 rings." Yeah, maybe you should write a song about that like Ariana Grande, except the reason that you have 3 rings was that Sean kept doing meth and you kept breaking up for months. So Jade, will your mom come shopping with us tomorrow? Maybe. My mom isn't paying for anything for this wedding, like the bride's parents usually do, but she still thinks that she has the right to be so opinionated. I worry about her being too aggressive with what she wants. Next is Macy. I guess she's letting MTV film Ryan again? Finally realized that everyone wanted the PCOS talk to STOP, please. So Ryan's filming, and Jen says to him, "It's been a while since you and Bentley did something alone. Like 6 or 7 years. 7 years? I knew it was bad, but that's literally half of Bentley's life. Ryan has not been alone with his own son for half of his life."
Loser, loser.
Taylor's friend asked Taylor, "What would it take for you to believe Ryan's intentions are good?" "Well, it has to be sustainable, and I don't have high hopes for it." "So this doesn't impact you and Macy's relationship at all?" "No, actually it does. I really don't like it. Even when I first started dating Macy, Ryan was never around. He never showed up. How do we know that this time is different?" Briana says, "This trip is weird. I feel like I'm on a date with Devoin." Devoin? Oh, it must be serious if you're actually pronouncing his name right. We know Briana doesn't respect a man unless he's giving her the D. That's why she was always so nice to Lewis. Everyone is sitting around talking about rehab, and Jade says, "I'm thinking of asking my mom to go to rehab. Her mentality is toxic, you know?" And so are her urine tests. Kate and Tyler go house shopping. They get in this one house and they're like, "Ew, look at this purple carpet. What is this?" So the octagon house shape was okay. Got your house looking like a damn stop sign. But not purple carpet, that's just too weird. It's okay though, just call up Chelsea Huska and Cole. I'm sure that they'll rip it out and replace it with some shade of beige carpet real quick. Also, I can't help but notice that this new house also has some very harsh angles, almost octagon-like. I guess they just can't stay away from that. And the house also has 2 kitchens, which is weird, but kind of cool. Taylor is concerned about Macy allowing Ryan back into their lives, but she insists to him, "No, it's different now. Ryan's not even calling me names anymore." He is, however, spray painting "My wife is a whore" and meth-induced poems all over their house, but that hasn't happened yet when this was filmed, I guess. There's always a special place in Bentley's heart for Ryan. We have to think of him. Ryan does show up to take Bentley out to dinner, and apparently goes well, but it is not filmed. Jade and Briana go dress shopping, and Briana spills a little tea in the car. So last night, Devoin asked me, "Can I sleep with you?" And I just want to say that I called it, that Devoin was the instigator of this gross little flirtation. Everyone was commenting on the trailer like, "Ew, Briana's so gross. Briana's a whore. Devoin is above this." Which is laughable. Devoin is not a catch. He's a 31-year-old man who doesn't even have a room for his child and has never filed for any sort of visitation or custody. But anyway, I knew that Devoin was the one to instigate the flirting. And I was right. Moving on. I said, "No, you can't sleep with me." And he said, "Why? You just can't. It caught me off guard." And he was dead serious, like he was upset that I said no. "We haven't had sex since Nova was born. I'm just not there yet." "Would you ever be there?" "Well, never say never. We're finally good. I don't want to test the waters. Like, I'm toxic as fuck. I'm not ready for a relationship." We love a little bit of self-awareness. Unfortunately, Jade seems to not have too much of that. Jade says, "Look how he be arguing with you. That's how you love a bitch." No, Jade, that is not how you love a bitch. Did you love it when Sean was screaming at you to shut up and get him his dinner so he can smoke meth and play video games? Didn't think so. So Briana asks him, "Were you serious about that, Devoin?" She texts him, "Respectfully, yes. But I respect your rejection. I was shooting my shot." So I guess Devoin is switching from a gambling addiction to a toxic relationship addiction. Maybe he should go back on Kale's podcast and talk about that. They both seem to love their little toxic relationships. Caitlin announces that they accepted their offer on the house and they will be moving in soon. This is the first expensive house we've gotten in our life. I had to look up the price of the Octagon house just to make sure that was true, and I'm gonna cry reading how much they paid for this Octagon house and realizing that for 2017, that actually wasn't that cheap for a house, but sure is now though. Sure is now. Cheyenne is worried that Corey is hiding his anxiety about Maya's surgery and that he's gonna blow up soon if he doesn't talk about it. She says, "This is the lowest I've ever seen Corey. You're not open with your feelings, Corey. I text you and you're just like, fine, fine, fine." And then Taylor says, "He does that to me too." Bentley gets back from his dinner with Ryan. "How was the dinner, Bentley?" "Good. Would you do it again?" "Yeah, it was peaceful." "Is there anything more you wanted?" "Yeah, I would like to know if you and Ryan are arguing." She says, I don't know if I want to clue you in on every little argument, but I'll let you know." Thankfully, Bentley can just Google it and get an answer. Jade goes dress shopping. Just as she predicted, Christy has an opinion on everything. I don't like the shape of that, Jade. Is that see-through? No, I don't like that. Jade decides to get the dress anyways, it is see-through, and Christy overhears that it's 10 grand, which keep in mind, Jade is paying for this on her own. And Christy says, 10 grand? I'm in the wrong line of work. Bitch, you don't work! What line are you talking about? The unemployment line? Back in the car, Jade is honest with her mom. She says, Mom, you hurt my feelings yelling about the price in the middle of the store. It's your money, Jade. I just worry. Well, you know what? I don't want to hear your negative input. Oh, I'm always the problem, Jade. You know, why are you yelling? I'm not yelling, I'm just expressing my feelings. Well, I'm just not going to be involved then. Why is Christy so bitter? Was she just like imagining all the cocaine that you could buy with 10K and just getting jealous? Then Briana starts awkwardly inserting herself into the drama like, Christy, your daughter's just telling you how she feels. I want to Uber home. Get me out of this car. We're in the middle of the street, Mom. We're not doing that. Christy kicks the camera to the side. Later, Briana asks Devoin, did you have a good time with Sean? Yeah, and I had a good time with you too. Back at her house, Roxanne asks how was Devoin on the trip. He was like, I'm asleep with you, and I said no. But he did ask me on a date when we got back, and I said yes. You're a consistent train wreck, Briana. Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for sure. Later, Christy and Jade made up enough to go to the cake testing together. I'm sure Christy was on her best behavior to get to go to that one. Jade says, I always have anxiety. My stomach is doing flips right now. It gets to the point where Christy has to pull over because Jade needs to calm down. She might not get her cake after all. Leah's twins' birthday is coming up, so Leah goes to talk to them about the upcoming party. Hey guys, if I invite Jalen to your party, is that okay? Yeah, it's cool, I guess. No, it is not. Why would you do that? This man pretended to be straight and wasted your time for over a year. He almost even got you pregnant. Later, Jalen comes over and he's like, am I invited to the party? Yes, the girls still love you, and I love you, and that's not gonna change. It's just gonna look different. There hasn't been a traumatic experience. The girls look back and they think, we love Jay. Yeah, I'd like to hear that actual opinion from their mouths, not Leah's. Bar is at the Salvation Army serving food. He's like, I got 100 community service hours, bro. And that's great and all, but a few days later, Ashley reveals, since Bar did that one day of community service, he has never gone back. I'm afraid that he won't finish in time. If he doesn't finish it in 2 months, he has to do 6 years in jail. And Bar says, I planned on jumping into my community service, but I've been slacking. I lost the will to get up and do it. I still have 2 months though, I just get anxiety about it. All the weed that this man smokes and he still has anxiety. Maybe it's not really doing anything, bro. Maybe you should stop smoking weed and go do your community service, bro. Next is Briana and Devoin's little date. So how did you think the indie went? A little weird. What made you think that that was a good idea to ask me? Well, you had a pretty big bed. What does that mean? It means your diaper ass wasn't the only thing that could fit on that mattress. No, he says, we could have slept back to back. Just throwing that out there. Sorry, you failed. You know, Briana, I never hated you. What was it then? Were you secretly in love with me for years? Well, what am I supposed to do? Wear it on my shirt? The time was never right. I'd actually rather him wear that on his shirt than the shirt that he's actually wearing. What is this? You never felt the same? I never gave it a thought because we had so many issues. Are you worried that it would end bad? The only fear that I have is what the last 11 years have been. It don't get worse than that. I was in a dark place. What's your idea of what would happen in a perfect world? You know, I think it'd be worth a shot if we were together. I have a clean slate now. Let's get counseling and see where it goes. Well, where do we go from here? To the movies? I don't even care if this is a fake storyline. I'm entertained, and I want to see this play out. Leah meets up with her friend and does a complete 180 on Jalen. So I found out that the deed that Jalen showed me was not official. What was it then? No idea. You know, that was some shit that he typed himself on Microsoft Word and probably printed out at the library. I was more empathetic because I was in love. Now, seeing it air on TV, I realized that entire year and a half of my life was a facade. Seeing it on TV really brought back my anger. You know what? You're not coming to my girl's birthday party. Fuck you. Okay, Leah, you've seen reason. Good job. Corey takes Ryder, Mila, and Maya to his family's house in Michigan, and they play in the snow. They're having a fun time. They're supposed to be there for the surgery, but they found out that Maya's surgery can't be done as planned because she has rhinovirus, which is basically just a cold. He says, I'm allowed to be irritated about this. All that anxiety just for another delay. So Corey tells Cheyenne what happened, and she says, You know, I feel like he thinks that whole trip to Michigan was pointless because the surgery got canceled, but it wasn't. He got to see his family. Jade gets back in the car after nearly having a panic attack. I'm scared to leave the house now. I'm scared that I'll have a panic attack. Girl, that is agoraphobia, and you better get on that before it gets bad. Someone in that house has to be working. It's not gonna be Sean. Christy says, is this about me? Because Christy is confused when anything is not about her. You're taking this out on the wrong person. They go wedding cake tasting, and Christy keeps coughing. Jade says, Mom, your coughing is driving me insane. I can't help it. Mom, sit down. Stop getting up. Now, I get that Christy is obnoxious, but she really can't help it if she's coughing. I'm sure she's a smoker. I think Jade just didn't really want her there after the bad experience with the dress. So she kind of just made up a scenario to get her out. So Christy goes outside since all Jade does is yell at her. And afterward, Jade says, I felt lonely, sad sitting there by myself. I regret inviting my mom. I felt abandoned. I used to let her live with me and walk all over me for the sake of thinking that maybe this will make her love me now. I'm done with that. And that's all for these 2 episodes of Teen Mom the Next Chapter. What do you think of Devoin and Briana possibly getting back together? Do you think that's real? And what do you think of Jade's relationship with Christy? Make sure to leave a comment down below and make sure to subscribe for more recaps every week.